Have you ever stopped to think? At this very moment, as you're watching this video, there are hundreds, maybe thousands of invisible messages crossing through your room, passing through walls, moving right through your body. And the most surreal part? You can't feel a thing. This is the magic of Wi-Fi, a technology so revolutionary that it has completely transformed how we live. Yet most of us have no idea how it actually works. Today, we're going to unravel this invisible mystery and understand how this modern engineering miracle manages to deliver that cat meme to your phone, even when you're in the bathroom. Take a deep breath. Look at the air around you. Seems empty, right? But what if I told you that the space surrounding you is absolutely packed with information right now? Wi-Fi is basically a type of radio wave. Yes, radio, like that old device your grandparents used to listen to sports games on. The difference is that instead of just transmitting music or voice, Wi-Fi transmits digital data. Those famous zeros and ones that make up everything in the digital world. But here's something curious. Wi-Fi uses very specific frequencies, mainly 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. Why these frequencies and not others? Because they're frequencies that the government has released for public use. Think of it like this. The air is like a massive highway, and each frequency is a lane on that highway. Some lanes are reserved for ambulances, emergency services, others for buses, TV and commercial radio, and a few are open for anyone to use. These are the Wi-Fi frequencies. Surprising detail. Know what else uses the 2.4 gigahertz frequency? Your microwave. That's why sometimes your Wi-Fi gets unstable when someone's heating up food. Have you ever thought about how many devices in your home are connected to Wi-Fi right now? Your phone, smart TV, maybe a smart light bulb, virtual assistant. Comment below, what's the most unusual device you have connected to your Wi-Fi? Let's understand the step-by-step process of how a simple click on YouTube becomes an invisible transmission through the air. Imagine you're watching this video right now. When you clicked play, your device transformed that click into a digital code, a sequence of zeros and ones. This code needs to leave your device and reach YouTube's servers. That's where your Wi-Fi router comes in. Your device takes this digital information and transforms it into radio waves. The brilliant trick here is that it uses different wave combinations to represent the zeros and ones. This is fascinating. Your device is literally changing the shape of invisible waves in the air around you. It's as if it were sending invisible smoke signals, but millions of times more complex. And you know what's more surreal? All these waves have to pass through obstacles, walls, furniture, even people. Each material these waves encounter absorbs a little bit of them. Concrete, for example, absorbs much more signal than wood. Water is another big enemy of Wi-Fi. And guess what our bodies are mostly made of? Water. That's why when many people are in a room, the Wi-Fi can get slower. But how does your router know which device to send each piece of information to when there are multiple devices connected? Each device has a unique address, called a MAC address. It's like your phone or computer's digital ID number. When your router receives data from the internet, it looks at which digital ID that information should go to and directs it correctly. Man, isn't that magical? An invisible addressing system, all happening around us, without us even noticing. Let's now focus on that blinking box in the corner of your living room. Your Wi-Fi router. It's not just an internet repeater. In fact, it's an extremely sophisticated device that does much more than we imagine. First, it functions as a translator. On one side, it connects to your internet provider through a cable, receiving data in one format. On the other side, it needs to transform this data into Wi-Fi radio waves that your phone can understand. But there's more. Your router is also a guardian. It has a system called a firewall that works like a nightclub bouncer, deciding which digital people can enter your network and which should stay out. And those antennas? They're not just decoration. Each antenna on your router is responsible for transmitting and receiving signals in different directions and patterns. This is called MIMO. Multiple input, multiple output. Check this out. Modern routers can focus the signal. It's as if they had invisible spotlights that direct more signal strength to where there are more connected devices. This is called beamforming. So if you're enjoying discovering how this invisible technology we use every day works, this is the perfect moment to leave your like and subscribe to the channel. I promise to keep uncomplicated the invisible in upcoming videos, showing how the technology we use daily is much more fascinating than we imagine. One surprising thing about routers, did you know they are essentially small computers? They have a processor, RAM memory, operating system, all inside that little box that you probably hid behind the television. Now, tell me something. What's the furthest place in your home where the Wi-Fi still works? That corner of the yard? The third floor bathroom? Tell us in the comments about your Wi-Fi dead zone, and let's see who has the biggest coverage challenge. When you set up your Wi-Fi, you probably created a password. But have you ever wondered how that password actually protects your data? Let's understand this. Every time you enter the Wi-Fi password, your device and the router begin a complex cryptographic dance. They don't exchange the password directly. That would be dangerous. Instead, they use the password to create encryption keys. It's as if, instead of exchanging the key to your house, you exchanged mathematical instructions to manufacture copies of that key. Today, most networks use a standard called WPA3, Wi-Fi Protected Access 3. Know what's fascinating? If someone tries to intercept this communication, all they'll capture is a jumble of seemingly meaningless letters and numbers. But here's a detail few people know. Even with a password, the names of Wi-Fi networks, that list that appears when you try to connect, are transmitted openly. That's why you can see your neighbor's Wi-Fi name. This is called SSID, Service Set Identifier. It's like your Wi-Fi's name in the digital roll call. And some routers allow you to hide this name, making your network even more invisible. And here's a chilling curiosity. There are devices called sniffers that can detect all Wi-Fi signals in an area, even hidden ones. Security experts use these for testing, but people with bad intentions can also use them to try to invade networks. The positive point? With each new generation of Wi-Fi, security improves exponentially. Current WPA3 is so secure that, with a strong password, it would literally take millions of years to be cracked by brute force with current technology. Would you believe that Wi-Fi is a relatively new technology, younger than many people watching this video? The first version of Wi-Fi, as we know it today, was launched in 1997. That's right, less than 30 years ago. And do you know what the maximum speed of this first Wi-Fi was? 2 megabits per second. Today, a common Wi-Fi 6 easily reaches 1 gigabit per second. That's 500 times faster. But here's something curious. The fundamental concept of Wi-Fi was created by a Hollywood actress. Hedy Lamarr, a movie star from the 1940s, co-invented a technology called frequency hopping during World War II, which is one of the fundamental principles used in modern Wi-Fi. She wanted to create a communication system for torpedoes that couldn't be intercepted by the Nazis. Decades later, this same idea helped create Wi-Fi. And the future. Wi-Fi 7 is already coming, promising speeds of up to 30 gigabits per second. That's fast enough to download an entire 4K movie in less than 10 seconds. But there's more. Researchers are developing a technology called Li-Fi, which uses light instead of radio waves to transmit data. Theoretically, it can reach speeds of 100 gigabits per second, 100 times faster than current Wi-Fi. Just imagine, in the future, the lamps in your house could be your routers. The light that illuminates your room will be the same one that brings your favorite memes and series. So, what was the biggest change you noticed in your life with the arrival of Wi-Fi? Remember what it was like before we had wireless internet everywhere? Tell us in the comments what your digital routine was like before Wi-Fi became omnipresent. It's fascinating to think that we're constantly immersed in an invisible ocean of information. Every second, thousands of messages fly through the air around us, carrying pieces of our lives. Your latest Instagram post, the caring message to a distant family member, the important work meeting, all traveling through the air on invisible waves that connect not just devices, but people. Wi-Fi has completely transformed how we live. Remember when we had to go to the computer to access the internet? When traveling meant being disconnected? When working from home was almost impossible? Wireless technology hasn't just changed devices. It's changed behaviors. It's changed cultures. It's changed human relationships. There's something deeply poetic about how something so invisible and imperceptible can have such a tangible impact on our lives. It's as if Wi-Fi were a metaphor for human connections. We can't see them, but we know they're there, keeping us united, even at a distance. The next time you're comfortably browsing on your couch, remember, there's an entire invisible universe of engineering, working tirelessly to make that moment possible. A technological miracle that, by being so common, we forget to appreciate. In the next video, we'll reveal even more about how Bluetooth manages to connect your headphones to your phone without any wires. And believe me, the secrets behind this technology are just as fascinating as those of Wi-Fi. Until next time, and don't forget, the invisible is everywhere. We just need to learn to see it.